Warning, warning! The producers of the lounge find swearing hilarious. But you may not. You have been warned, right?
All right there, Sonia. You want to buy some gear, do you?
Look, I'm sponsored by Nike. I have all the gear I need, you know?
What? You want to buy some speed, then, do you?
Speed. Look, I'm pacing myself, Langer.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching The Lounge. Your host this evening, Miss Sonia O'Sullivan.
How's it going? How's it going? Are you well, yeah? Yeah? I tell you, I'm after running down O'Connell Street there, right? And on my way in, right, this drug dealer tried to sell me some speed, you know? And I tell you, I was very tempted now. But Kira really kept me on the straight and narrow, you know, like, even though she can hardly talk, she said to me, Mammy, just say no. You know, just remember what happened to your one, De Bruyne. And I thought, yeah, she got 3 big shiny medals. But still, you know, I couldn't, in all fairness, I don't think I could, hang on now. In all fairness, I really don't think I could handle the whole country talking about my wee, you know. But I tell you something, you have to be very careful around the drugs, you know, like, because I took some Disprin once now. I didn't swallow. My mother always said to me, Sonia, never swallow, and I never have. But I have a friend who does, right? And she took some Disprin for a headache, and the headache went away. Now, that's not right, you know? Like, there's obviously a powerful stimulant at work there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, the headache just disappeared. Where did it go? I don't know. But I'll tell you what I do know. We've got some fantastic acts for you this evening. And the only drugs that these acts are using are adrenaline and a little bit of Charlie. So I want you to give it loads for the first act up here this evening. He's a good friend of mine and a brilliant bloke. Please give it up for Michael Mead!
Thanks very much. Hello, my name is Michael Mead. I'm from Cork. Bye. And I'm 30. Do I look like I'm 30? No? It's funny because I asked that question last year in Kinsale. I said, I'm 30, do I look like I'm 30? I got the strangest heckle I think I've ever got. 30 stone? No, I've never really thought of myself as fat, to be quite honest, but it's amazing how brittle your confidence gets, you know. I went home and I stood in front of the mirror, you know, and I mean, I'm not fat. I'm big-boned. But I always knew that I looked quite young, and I didn't know how young I looked. And the Cork people tend to be quite straight with you, and this is a true story. Well, everything I tell you is true, but this is really true. I was on a bus in Cork, this is last year, and I was getting on the bus, and I said to him, man, how much is it? And he looks at me and he goes, what age are you? And I looked at him and went, I'm 30. And he looks at me and he goes, fair fucks to you, boy. Oh, he'll have you lay job. So I went and I sat down, you know, and I said, like, I can't let this go, you know. And I said to him, like, well, sorry, like, but what age would I have to be, you know, like, to get half fare on the bus? And he goes, well, I'll put it this way. I didn't think you were 16, but I thought you were close enough to bullshit me. So, with them bullshitting this since the 16, apparently, but I can just imagine the Ola Vule campaign they'd run in this, you know, and you'd have the mother and the daughter, and they're radiant and beautiful, and then you have this French guy who goes, well, I didn't think you were sisters, but I thought you were close enough to bullshit me. I could sell a lot of product, but it's not something that bothers me too much, but I always thought that I'd grow old gracefully, and now I know when my hair goes white, people will go, oh look, it's an albino. And the main consequence it has is for socialising. I spend most of my social life outside the venue, talking to a guy in a tuxedo about my date of birth. And I mean, I don't want to start knocking bouncers. I used to be a bouncer myself, but I mean, it's bad enough now, right? Say I'm actually 31, but I decided to repeat the year, you know. I think I'm ready, but say I'm 31 now and I look like I'm 19. So you can imagine when I was 19, I looked like a fetus. I could not get in anywhere, and I was a student in Cork, and you know when you're a student you go out all the time, you think the world owes you a liver, you know, so I used to go out all the time. I used to go to this place called, it's gone out called Spiders, and I actually developed arachnophobia when I was in college. I could not get into this club, and the owner would take one look at me and he'd go, no fucking way, and I'd be there with my ID and my passport and a note from my mother, DNA test, and the whole works, and he'd go, no way, and I said, but I'm 19, and he'd go, you're in the way, stand over there. I said, but I've got an ID, don't you believe me, I'm 19. You're in the way, stand over there. I said, oh, come on, I'm with my friends, don't you believe, stand over there. So I'd be standing over there. I've gone, can I not just go home? I was talking about students there. Have we any students here? Yeah? Any female students? Hey, you think I'm going to flirt with you now, don't you? I'm not going to flirt with you. If I wanted a student to take me home, I'd have come dressed as a traffic cone. Thanks very much. I can do my own symbols. Thanks very much. James Brown never went to college. This is my link here. Thanks for that. This is my link. James Brown never went to college, and you can really tell when he comes off stage to go, great gig, James. He goes, that's right. I'm the hardest working man in show business. James Brown was a student, and he came off stage and said, great gig, James. He goes, that's right. Didn't do tap for it either. If Sex Machine had come up, I'd been fucked, like. Aretha Franklin's a swat, like, you know. But I'm not going through a great phase with women at the moment. I hear a gasp of disbelief there. I know I look like the thinking girl celiac, but no, hopefully, oh, do keep up. Hopefully it's just a phase, you know, but the last time I woke up next to a woman was on the train to Kilkenny. And a friend of mine rang me up and, you know, he said, we're having a party, do you want to come over? And as I say, you know, I mean, things are not going well. I couldn't click with a mouse at the moment, and it's just not going great, you know. And he said, do you want to come over, we're having a party, it's going to be great. I said, oh, I don't know. And he said, come on. He said, you never know, you might meet the girl of your dreams. And I said, do I want to be seen in public with that slut? Thanks very much, good night, cheers.
Sorry there now, lads, no stag parties.
I beg your pardon?
Bless your lip, pal. Is it trouble you're looking for? I'll give you trouble.
Look, I'm sorry, there must be some kind of misunderstanding.
Okay, let's calm it right down there now, lads, before someone gets hurt, all right? Stand back there now. All right, girls. There you go now, you're looking fantastic. Good girl. Good girl, get it up there now. You'll be grand in the morning, what? I'll give you the tip, lads. Footwear. Footwear, lads.
How are you? I'm not from Ireland. Well, I've been doing a bit of reading recently. Got myself some books. Always helps. I'm smart like that. Got a book on Feng Shui, the ancient art of the placement of objects within the home for prosperity and good luck. Now I'm too scared to put the fucking book down. State of my room, I should be dead. I actually live with some guys here in Dublin. They actually practice Feng shit. Which is the ancient art of putting stuff wherever the fuck you want. Also got myself a book on Nostradamus, which was a bit of a rip-off really, because there wasn't one bit in the book about me buying the fucking thing. Thought it must be pretty boring to be Nostradamus' friend, you know. Go around for a chat. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I saw a book the other day called Meditations for Women Who Do Too Much. Fuck, that's handy. Now you got to meditate as well. Ever noticed how all self-help books are always written by someone else? My girlfriend, she bought me a self-help book once. Not really a self-help book. It's kind of embarrassing, really. She got me a book called How to Spice Up Your Sex Life. One of the suggestions was having sex in different rooms of the house. So she slept with all the other guys I live with. I do smoke on stage. Yeah. Tried to give up cigarettes once. I read this self-help book, and apparently, if you're addicted to something, when you give it up, you've got to replace it with something else. So I was trying to give up cigarettes, so I did a pottery course. First day, everyone made ashtrays. Not too good. Talking about smoking, being here in Ireland, I noticed you've got a bit of a marijuana problem here in Ireland. You don't have any. It's just little oxo cubes. So we have rainforests and sun and hippies. So we have green marijuana. Sometimes me and my friends, we used to smoke a few spliffs. Get a little stoned. Go down the service station, rip off bags of ice, take them down the local river and release them back into the wild. Swim, my brothers. As I say, marijuana leads to harder drugs. It doesn't. Leads to Burger King. Never been smoking a spliff and thought, you know what, I'm going to get addicted to heroin. Don't think Burger King do heroin, man. This is funny, marijuana is still against the law, right? Because you know what happens if you smoke marijuana? You might watch a video, play guitar, fall asleep. Public enemy number one. But alcohol, that's all right, get into it. Any way you can. That's an ad in Australia for Jim Beam. Jim Beam, get into it. Any way you can. It's funny, you know, because, you know, would you rather have a violent father that drank straight scotch or smoked pot? You gonna bash me now, Dad? Yeah. Yeah, in a minute, yeah. It's in my Bob Marley records. I mean, alcohol's killed more people than pot ever has. And like, drink driving, of course, it's a good thing to be illegal because you can't fucking drive. I mean, smoke driving. Huh. You don't even need a car. Sit in the driveway. Slow down, man. Hit that house. I've been Steve Hughes. Have a great night.
Front, bottom, back, bottom.
Sorry?
Front, bottom, back, bottom.
Excuse me?
Here. Front, bottom, back, bottom.
What?
Now here, I better give you double. There you go. Right, hurry up in here. Your 3 minutes are up. Oh, for God's sake. Right, there you go. You've got 3 minutes. Hurry up.
Thanks. Good evening, how are you doing then? All right? Oh, that's good. Fantastic. In case you don't know, I do comedy and magic, so if something's not funny, it's a fucking trick. But was that the card you were thinking of? It's a bit of a long shot, but it's worth it. I mean, have you seen, I thought we'd start with this tester trick. It's kind of like, you know, it's crap, but it gives me an idea what I can get away with. And I've done this trick on, I've done it on television, I've done it on cruise ships, and tonight I'm doing it on crack. That's not true, actually, obviously. I've never even been on a fucking cruise ship. You see that thing, you know, with the magicians, they get a bit of rope and they cut it in half and then they magically make it whole again. Ooh. Why don't they just leave it alone in the first place? You know? If it's not broke, don't bloody fix it, you know. Now, the way they do it, they cut through with a pair of scissors, which obviously I'm not going to do with this because I'll probably kill myself. Now, don't try to stop me. I'm going to use wire cutters rather than scissors, insulated handles, much safer. So this is the way they do the trick, right? First of all, they cut... contact between the two, then obviously the power comes back on. It's basic physics, really. Yeah. The only problem being... Thanks, you're very kind, but I've got to warn you, it's a shit finish, save it, right? It's, the only problem with this, obviously, as soon as you take your... Probably thinking right now, bollocks, but in fact it's true, and... The hard part is joining these bits back together again. So to make them join back together, you have to make the gap between them disappear. So we say the magic disappearing words. I'd love to sleep with you, but I don't want to spoil our friendship. I'd encourage, but you're not going to believe this. Listen very, very carefully. Hack in one piece like that. Cheers. Okay. That David Copperfield's fantastic, isn't he? You know, the illusionist, not the Dickensian character, obviously. Did anybody see that thing a couple of years ago where David Copperfield actually physically walked through the Great Wall of China? Anybody see that? 3 people, that was worth his while. Sat there in Vegas thinking, result, 3 people in Dublin watched that. Now, I'm going to try and reenact this phenomenon now. And you know, magicians always have a glamorous assistant. Well, I've got one as well, only they don't know it yet. It's this bloke sat down here. Just, actually, the guy in the leather jacket and the moustache thinking he got away with it then, right? Can we just borrow you? Come on, get him up. That's it. That's right, stood here. Pleased to meet you. How are you doing? And your name is?
John.
Great, parents with imagination. That's right. Right. Just, we're so excited. It's our firstborn. We've been trying for years. What can we call him? I know. John. Okay, John. Now, what I need to do, I need to borrow your jacket, John, for a second. Can you just take that off for us? In fact, get it all off. Let's party. Now, I want you to imagine that John's jacket here is the Great Wall of China. Probably from the same bloody era looking at it, actually. And what's going to happen is, I'm going to... I want you to hold this, John, kind of along your left arm like I'm doing, kind of matador style towards me. That's fantastic, lovely. That's the Great Wall of China. Now, what we need to do to represent David Copperfield for the illusion is just get an object at random. I don't know, maybe something like possibly a flick knife. Not so lippy now, are we, John? Now, what's going to happen is, that's going to start off inside John's jacket and it's going to end up on the outside of it. Now, that... technically, is known as teleportation. Obviously. Now, if you're a fan of Star Trek, you'll know that for teleportation, what you need is a photon shield. And this is a photon shield, obviously. And what I've done, I've written photon shield on it, just so you don't go thinking it's maybe just a bit of paper. Now, back up here, that's it. Now, that goes there, the knife goes inside, it's going to dematerialise, the molecules will fly at warp factor 9 through the very fabric of the jacket, smash into the photon shield, the impact of which will cause the kinetic energy to disperse, making it fuse back together. Now, that might sound like bollocks, but it did get me out of the army. Now, that's right. So, right, set your faces to stunned. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, shit. It's fucking happened again. See, what's happened there? What's happened there is, like, the molecules of, like, the metal and the photon shield and the fake leather have all kind of like blended. Have you seen that film, The Fly? Actually, I think we might be worried about nothing. I think the knife might be all right. It's a relief, isn't it? Don't know what you're laughing about. It's your bloody jacket. Actually, that's not a problem. What we'll do, we'll get rid of some of that photon shield. Let's lose some of that rubbish from there. Get rid of all that. And some of it there. There. Let's lose all that rubbish. That's not a problem. Oh, shit, that might be a problem. What's that? They always put too much lining in, don't they? See, it's a very dangerous trick, which is why I didn't want to use an expensive one, to be honest. Ten of spades? Actually, what you've just witnessed there, John, is technically what's known in the business of magic, which is what this is. It's technically known as a penetration. And he's certainly feeling shafted. Just wrecked my jacket. I don't know about you, John, but there's nothing like better after a penetration. Was it good for you? Right. As soon as it's knackered, we might as well have a bit of a laugh with it. Smoking jacket. Leave it a minute, might be a blazer. This is the stuff that keeps me out of the big time, this. No shit, smoke. This is right. Hey? I don't know, let's get that out. In fact, let's get rid of that last bit of photon shield. In fact, there's no cigarette, no hole, no damage, no applause as yet. So, okay. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Take care. John, ladies and gentlemen. And, actually, I forgot to give you that back, John. You've got your phone there. That's lovely. Cheers. And you got, have you got that bird's phone number you were talking to in the toilets when your missus wasn't looking? And we got a very cheap biro, so thanks for that. What you maybe didn't realise, though, is that I'm not just a magician, even. I'm the world's most alternative pickpocket. And this is, in fact, my watch. Hey, thanks for being smashing. See you again. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the show. Tonight you saw Michael Mee, Steve Hughes and Paul Zenon. I'll see you in September at the Olympics.
Oh, $3.5 for clubs?
No. Good night.
Good evening. Highlights from this evening's show include Australian Steve Hughes, who's apparently very big down under. But not nearly as big as Paul Zenon and his magic wand, which almost sawed me in half last night. So that's all from my box, for at least a week. A very good night to you.